সকালবেলা আপনি দেখলে ওকে করে দেন। কোনো বডি নিচ্ছেন নেই কেন? কোথায় ম্যাডাম কোথায় গেলেন?
সেটা একটু অন করে দিয়ে চলে যাচ্ছে।
সকালই পাঠিয়ে দেবো। এবারে ম্যাডাম শুরু করেছে, কারণ সব তারা ওগুলো চেয়ারম্যান হয়ে আছে যারা দাঁড়িয়ে আছেন একটু বলুন। এই ভলেন্টিয়াররা তোমরা যারা বাইরে স্ক্যানার দেন সবাইকে দেখতে নেই, সবাইকে বসিয়ে এরকম একটা প্রোগ্রাম, সেটা আমাদের ফান্ডিং দেওয়া হয়েছে। সেটা দিল্লি থেকে ওরা একটা প্রজেক্ট পেয়েছে, প্রবলেমস অফ ইউজিং মোবাইল ফোন অ্যান্ড চিলড্রেন টাইপের কিছু একটা প্রোগ্রাম। তো সেগুলো তাহলে
ছাত্রছাত্রীরা বসে যাও, ছাত্রছাত্রীরা A very warm and pleasant morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our Chief Patron, Dr. Debashish Pal Chaudhary, Honorable President, GP of Damdam Motichhir Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. Our Chief Guest, Professor Omiyo Patta, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Rani Rashmani Green University. Our Patron, Professor Shoibal Kaur, RBI Chair Professor of Economics, Center for Studies in Social Sciences, Calcutta, and Honorary Director, Eastern Regional Center, Indian Council of Social Science Research. Our Chief Advisor, Dr. C. Paramasivan, Honorable All India President, Indian Academic Researchers Association. Our special guest, Dr. Partho Karmakar, Honorable Deputy Secretary, West Bengal Primary Service Commission and Vice President, Indian Academic Researchers Association, West Bengal Wing. Our Organizing Secretary, Professor Pranam Dhar, Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, West Bengal State University, and All India General Secretary, Indian Academic Researchers Association. Our special guest, Professor Siddhartha Shankar Saha, Professor and former Head, former Dean, Department of Commerce, University of Calcutta. Our special guest, Sri Shubhro De, Honorable DDPI, Department of Higher Education, Government of West Bengal. Sri De is not with us at this moment. Our special guest, Sri Sukanta Sen Sharma, Honorable GD Member, Damdam Motichhir Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. Our special guest, Dr. Antara Chaudhary, Honorable GD Member, Damdam Motichhir Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. I guess she is not also with us at this moment. Antara Madam, are you here? No. Our special guest, Sri Mithu Roy, Honorable GD Member, Damdam Motichhir Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. Our special guest, Dr. Pradipta Mukherjee, Associate Professor, Hiralal Majumdar Memorial College for Women. Our Honorable Principal Sir, our Patron, Professor Dr. Arijit Saha, our Organizing Joint Convener, Professor Shubhobrato Bhattacharya, Associate Professor, Damdam Motichhir Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, our Organizing Joint Convener, Professor Amit Bola, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, PKHN Mahavidyalaya, and EC Member, IARA, West Bengal B, our Organizing Joint Convener, Professor Bidhan Boito, Faculty Member, Department of Commerce, Hiralal Majumdar Memorial College for Women, and Treasurer, IARA, and our Organizing Secretary, Dr. Kallol Saha, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Barrackpur Rashtrapati College, and General Secretary, IARA, West Bengal Wing. And my esteemed colleagues and dear participants, I welcome all of you to this ICSSR sponsored 30-hour faculty development program on research methodology organized by the Research and Development Cell and Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Damdam Motichhir Rabindra Mahavidyalaya in association with Indian Academic Researchers Association. As we gather here today, I am pleased to note that this faculty development program, this FDP, provides us with an exceptional platform to engage in fruitful discussions and interactions, not only among the academic scholars, but also with professionals from business sector and representatives from various bodies. This diverse collaboration presents a unique opportunity to broaden our horizons, share insights, and collectively advance our understanding of research methodology in the academic and practical spheres. The primary objective of this FDP is to enhance the research capabilities of all participants, empowering them with the tools, techniques, and theoretical knowledge required to carry out rigorous and impactful research. Over the next few days, you will be exposed to various research methodologies, including quantitative and qualitative techniques, as well as mixed models. The insights gained here will undoubtedly benefit your individual research endeavors, as well as enhance the quality of teaching and learning within our institutions. In addition, I am pleased to inform you that the papers presented during this program will be eligible for publication in esteemed journals and books of Indian Academic Researchers Association, subject to blind peer review process. This is an excellent opportunity to showcase your research work to a wider academic audience, contributing to the collective knowledge base. The collaboration between Damdam Motichil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, IARA, and ICSSR-ERC reflects our shared commitment to promoting high-quality academic research and creating a conducive environment for the growth and development of our faculty members as researchers and educators. This FTP will also act as a forum for networking and exchanging ideas with fellow academics, fostering a collaborative academic ecosystem. I encourage all participants to actively engage in the sessions to be followed, ask questions, and make the most of the opportunity to learn, share, and grow together. So, before extending this lecture much, I kindly request Dr. Kallol Saha, Assistant Professor, Barakpur Rashtraguru Surinath College, to conduct the formal inauguration, and I am handing over the mic to Professor Saha. Professor Saha, please.
Thank you, Savitri ma'am. Now we will be moving into the thick of things of this inaugural session, and we need to primarily inaugurate the session officially, and we will be doing that by a much required act in these days. We will not be lighting any diya, but we will be watering the plant which is kept here. I would kindly request Dr. Devashish Pal Chaudhuri, Dr. Arijit Saha, most esteemed Professor Romeo Kumar Panda, Professor Shoibal Kaur, Dr. Partho Karmakar, and Professor Pranam Dhar sir to kindly come up and water the plants to mark the auspicious beginning of today's program. I also request Sri Shukanto Sen Sharma to join the process, please. Honorable GB members, Sri Shukanto Sen Sharma.
No, sir. No, we can't. I'll be with you.
Let us all remember this moment as a moment where we are sending a green message to the whole world from this auditorium of Damdam Motichil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. The microphone is disturbing, I suppose, at times. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. Sorry for the technical glitch regarding the microphone. Now it is the time for the call on dais, where we will be inviting on stage our esteemed guests who have made up their time to visit us. Apologies for the delay at first. May I first of all request Dr. Devashish Pal Chaudhuri, Honorable President, GB, Damdam Motichil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, to kindly come up on stage. Please, sir. May I now request Professor Romeo Kumar Panda, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Rani Rashmani Green University, West Bengal, India, to come up on stage. Thank you so much, sir. My utmost privilege to invite on stage Professor Shoibal Kaur, Reserve Bank of India Chair Professor of Economics, Center for Studies in Social Sciences, Calcutta, India, and Director Eastern Regional Center, Indian Council of Social Science Research. Dr. C. Paramasivan has joined us online, and we would have loved to have him here as well. He is with us over the Zoom platform. May I request Dr. Partho Karmakar, Honorable Deputy Secretary, West Bengal Primary Service Commission and Vice President, Indian Academic Researchers Association, West Bengal WIN. May I request on stage Honorable Principal and Secretary, Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, Kolkata, Dr. Orijit Saha. May I now request my teacher and guide, Professor Dr. Pranam Dhar, Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, West Bengal State University, and All India General Secretary, Indian Academic Researchers Association to come up on stage. Last but not the least, the lady who has taken all kinds of stress for today's program and organizing it in a perfect way. May I request Dr. Savitri Dotto, Joint Coordinator, IQAC, Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, Kolkata. Thank you so much, everyone. Now it is the time for the felicitation of our esteemed guests on stage. First, we will be felicitating Dr. Devashish Pal Choudhury. He will be felicitated by Dr. Orijit Saha, Principal, Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. I request Dr. Shormishtha Roy Choudhury, Department of Geography, to kindly assist in the process. Thank you so much. Now I request Professor Pranam Dhar, General Secretary IIRA, to felicitate Dr. Orijit Saha. May I request Dr. Apurva Pahar, Department of Bengali, to kindly assist in the process. Professor Pranam Dhar, General Secretary IIRA, is felicitating Dr. Orijit Saha and is being assisted by Dr. Apurva Pahar, Department of Bengali. Thank you so much. Now we proudly felicitate Professor Omio Kumar Panda, and he will be felicitated by Dr. Orijit Saha, Principal, Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, and he is being assisted by Srimati Swati Letha Haldar, Department of Economics. May we now have the privilege of felicitating Professor Shoibal Kaur. Professor Shoibal Kaur will be felicitated by Professor Pranam Dhar, General Secretary IIRA, and I request Srimati Nafisa Khatun from the Department of Education to assist in the process. Thank you so much, sir. Now may we request Dr. Savitri Dotto, Joint Coordinator, IQAC DDMRM, to felicitate Dr. Partho Karmakar. May I request Pritam Dhara, Joint Secretary, IIRA, to kindly help in the process. Dr. Partho Karmakar is being felicitated by Dr. Savitri Dotto, Joint Coordinator, IQAC, Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. Shri Pritam Dhara, Joint Secretary, IIRA, is helping in the process. Sri Shubhro De, DDPI, is not with us right now. We move on to felicitating Dr. Savitri Dotto. Dr. Savitri Dotto, and I will have the pleasure to felicitate them.
স্যার এই ফেলিসিটেশনটাকে একটু ড্রপ করে করুন স্যারকে ছেড়ে দিতে হবে
So,
আমাকে মাইক্রোফোনটা দিন
we will, sir,
আমাকে এই মাইক্রোফোনটা দিন এটা চলছে তো সাবিত্রী দত্ত ম্যাডাম একটা দিয়ে নিচ্ছি তারপরে আমি যাবো
please.
So very sorry for the inconvenience call. Due to some exigency added, we have to alter the program schedule with the permission of Honorable Principal Sir. I have to do two things on part of our organization. First of all, we have some awards conferred on behalf of Indian Academic Researchers Association. We have with us our very respected and very beloved Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ramya Kumar Panda, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Rani Rasmani, Green University, West Bengal. So I take this opportunity to confer Lifetime Achievement Award on the part of Indian Academic Researchers Association, and I take the opportunity to hand it over myself. I request Dr. Arjit Shah, Honorable Principal, to have with me to hand over this honorable award to Mr. Panda. We have another small pleasant task left. We have a very respected and beloved person with us, Dr. Partho Karmakar, who has helped our IARA for many years. So he is also our Honorable Vice President of West Bengal Wing. So I take this opportunity to hand over the Lifetime Achievement Award to Dr. Partho Karmakar. Before that, I would like to request Professor Siddhartha Shankar Sir to come over the dais. Please. Please, sir. So I take this opportunity. I request Dr. Arjit Shah Sir to join hands with me to confer this award to Dr. Partho Karmakar because he is in a hurry. We have to alter this program. Thank you so much. And last part of my inconvenience call will be just releasing this newsletter on this prestigious occasion. I take this opportunity to unveil our newsletter of IAR West Bengal Wing. I will request our respected guest in chief, Professor Shoibal Kaur, Professor Ramya Kumar Panda, Dr. Partho Karmakar, and Professor Siddhartha Shankar Saha and all other dignitaries to unveil this newsletter. Our Honorable President of Indian Academic Researchers Association is having with us in the blended mode, online mode, and we want his blessings in this very auspicious occasion. And now it's time to unveil our very much awaited newsletter of IARA West Bengal Wing for the year 2025 with all activities written therein. Thank you so much, all the guests and dignitaries, for helping us to unveil this newsletter. Thank you, and it's over to Dr. Shah.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we will carry on with our felicitations. Now we will request Dr. Partho Karmakar, who is present among us, and he is in a hurry actually to official work. May I request him to speak few words before leaving the seminar. We have Dr. Partho Kormakar, Honorable Deputy Secretary, West Bengal Primary Service Commission, to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Professor Ramya Kumar Panda, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Rani Rasmani University, Professor Shoibal Kaur, RBI Chair, Professor of Economics, Center for Studies in Social Science, Kolkata, President of this college, Devashish Pal Chaudhary, Mr. Devashish Pal Chaudhary, Principal, Dr. Ajit Saha, Professor Ajit Saha, IQC Coordinator, Professor Dr. Pranam Dhar, Head of the Department of Commerce, West Bengal State University, Professor Siddhartha Saha, Department of Commerce, Calcutta University, Pradipta Mukhopadhyay, and all other faculty members present here. First of all, I convey sincere thanks to the organizing secretary for inviting me in such a colorful program, FDB program, which will be conducted, which will be started from 10th January to 25th January 2025, and this is 30 hours international level faculty development program. I think that several participants are going to be participated in this program, and eminent speakers from national and international level, they will come and they will deliver their lecture online mode. I think that all the participants will be benefited from this workshop. I shall not take so much time. I have a very urgent program at my office. Please pardon me. I have to leave the session. I want to stay here to listen the words of the speech of the invited speakers, invited chief guests and others. But due to time, shortage of time, I have to leave. Please do not mind. Pardon me. And last of all, I conclude my speech with best wishes of the program, and I convey my gratitude to the college authority also for taking the responsibility of organizing such a program. Professor Pranam Dhar, who is the organizing secretary, not only that, he is the founder of, I think so, the IARA. I went to Tamil Nadu Center a few years ago with Professor Dhar, and so many professors were with us, and we have a very good experience at Tamil Nadu. I can remember those days. Thanks all for inviting me, and I wish the best. I wish that the performance of the program will be very, very good. Thanks all.
Our gratitude to Dr. Partho Kormakar, Honorable Deputy Secretary, West Bengal Primary Service Commission, and Vice President IARA, for spending his most precious time with us. We shall now continue with our felicitation ceremony, and we will felicitate Professor Dr. Pranam Dhar. I request Dr. Anindita Saha, Head of the Department of Commerce, East Calcutta Girls College, to felicitate sir. I request Srimati Suryata Pradhan, EC member IARA, to help and assist in the process. Professor Pranam Dhar, Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, West Bengal State University, and All India General Secretary, Indian Academic Researchers Association, is being felicitated by Dr. Anindita Saha, HOD, Commerce, East Calcutta Girls College. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. We have among us another great academic professional, Professor Siddhartha Shankar Saha, we will felicitate Professor Shaha, and I request Dr. Mizarul Islam, Joint Secretary, Publications IARA, to help in the process. I request Srimati Nafisa Khatun, Department of Education, to help. Okay, so may I request Pritam Dhara, Assistant Professor, Barashat College, to felicitate sir. Both Nafisa ma'am and Pritam Dhara are felicitating Professor Siddhartha Shankar Shaha. Professor Shaha is the professor and former head and the former dean, Department of Commerce, University of Calcutta, West Bengal, India. Thank you so much. May we now call upon stage Dr. Pradipta Mukherjee, please. Dr. Pradipta Mukherjee is Associate Professor, Department of Political Science. May I request Dr. Pradipta Mukherjee? Okay, fine. As you feel comfortable. May I request Sri Vidhan Boido, Treasurer, IARA, to felicitate Dr. Pradipta Mukherjee. Dr. Pradipta Mukherjee is the Associate Professor, Department of Political Science, from Hiralal Majumdar Memorial College for Women. Thank you. Is Sri Shukanto Sen Sharma sir present here? Yes, sir. Okay, so may I please request you to come up? We will felicitate Sri Shukanto Sen Sharma sir. Sir happens to be the Honorable Governing Body Member of Damdam Motilal Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. May I request Srimati Suryata Pradhan to assist in the process, and Dr. Anindita Shah, Head of the Department of Commerce, East Calcutta Girls College, to felicitate Sri Shukanto Sen Sharma sir. Thank you so much. Is Antara madam here? Okay, ma'am. Now may I please call upon Dr. Antara Chaudhary. Antara madam is the Honorable Governing Body Member of Damdam Motilal Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. Is Mizarul here? Okay. May I request Dr. Mizarul Islam, Joint Secretary Publications, IARA, to felicitate madam, and Srimati Nafisa Khatun, Department of Education, to please assist in the process. Thank you, ma'am. Finally, may I request another honored governing body member of the college, Sri Mithu Roy, to please come up here. I would request Sri Vidhan Boido to come up once again and felicitate Sri Mithu Roy. I request Dr. Apurva Pahar to help in the process, please. Thank you so much, everyone. So we are done with the first round of felicitations, and now we will be hearing to the addresses for the Research Methodology in Social Sciences Concepts, Tools and Techniques 30-hour international level FDD, organized by ICSSR in collaboration with Indian Academic Researchers Association and Damdam Motilal Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. May I first request Dr. Urijit Shah, Honorable Principal and Secretary, Damdam Motilal Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, Kolkata, to come up with his welcome address for the session. Please, sir.
Good morning to one and all present here. It is with immense pleasure that I extend a warm welcome to our Chief Patron, Dr. Debashish Pal Chaudhuri, Honorable President, Governing Body of Damdam Motihari Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, our Chief Guest, Professor Omio Panda, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Rani Lakshmani Green University, our Patron, Professor Shoibal Kaur, RBI Chair, Professor of Economics, Center for Studies in Social Sciences, Calcutta, and Honorary Director, Eastern Regional Center, Indian Council of Social Science and Research. Our Chief Advisor, Dr. C. Paramashivan, Honorable All India President, Indian Academic Researchers Association. Our special guest, Dr. Partho Karmakar, Honorable Deputy Secretary, West Bengal Primary Service Commission and Vice President, Indian Academic Researchers Association, West Bengal Wing. Our Organizing Secretary, Professor Pranam Dhar, Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, West Bengal State University, and All India General Secretary, Indian Academic Researchers Association. Our special guest, Professor Siddhartha Shankar Saha, Professor and former Head, former Dean, Department of Commerce, University of Calcutta. Our special guest, Sri Shubhra De, who is not here at present, Honorable Deputy DPI, Department of Higher Education, Government of West Bengal. Our special guest, Sri Shukanto Sen Sharma, Honorable GP Member, Damdam Motihari Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. Our special guest, Dr. Antara Chaudhuri, Honorable GP Member, Damdam Motihari Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. Our special guest, Sri Mithu Roy, Honorable GP Member, Damdam Motihari Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. Our special guest, Dr. Pradipta Mukherjee, Associate Professor, Hiralal Majumdar Memorial College for Women. Our organizing convener, Dr. Savitri Dotto, Associate Professor, Damdam Motihari Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. Our organizing joint convener, Professor Shubhobrat Bhattacharya, Associate Professor, Damdam Motihari Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. Our organizing joint convener, Professor Obid Polar, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, PKHN Mahavidyalaya, West Bengal, and EC member, IARA West Bengal Wing. Our organizing joint convener, Professor Vidhan Boitto, faculty member, Department of Commerce, HMM College for Women, and treasurer, IARA West Bengal Wing. Our organizing joint secretary, Dr. Kallol Saha, assistant professor, Department of Commerce, Barakpur Rashtraguru Surendranath College, West Bengal, and general secretary, IARA West Bengal Wing. Our esteemed faculty members, distinguished guests, and valued colleagues, to this faculty development program dedicated to social science. This gathering is more than just a conference. It's a vital investment in the future of social science education. We are here today to explore, to challenge, to innovate, and ultimately to enhance our ability to equip the next generation with the critical thinking skills and nuanced understanding of the human experience that the social science provide. In today's complex and interconnected world, the social sciences play a crucial role in understanding the intricate dynamics of human societies. From navigating political landscapes and economic shifts to addressing social inequalities and cultural differences, the insights offered by disciplines like history, sociology, political science, economics, and geography are more relevant than ever. This FDP recognizes the vital role social science educators play in fostering informed, engaged, and responsible citizens. We live in a time of rapid change where social, political, and economic structures are constantly being reshaped. This creates both challenges and opportunities for social scientists. It is our responsibility to equip our students with the tools they need to navigate this complex world, to analyze information critically, and to contribute meaningfully to the society. This program, spanning over 16 days, is designed to address the unique challenges and opportunities facing social science educators today. We have focused on several key areas. To name a few, like interdisciplinary approaches, we will explore this increasing importance of interdisciplinary perspectives in social science research and teaching. Sessions will focus on how to bridge disciplinary boundaries and integrate insights from various fields to provide a more holistic understanding social phenomena. Innovative pedagogies for social sciences. We will delve into innovative teaching methodologies specifically tailored for social science disciplines, including inquiry-based learning, simulations, debates, case studies, and the use of primary sources. We will explore how to create engaging and interactive learning environments that foster critical thinking and active participation. Digital tools and resources for social science research and teaching. We will explore the vast array of digital tools and resources available to social scientists, including online databases, digital archives, mapping softwares, and social media analytics. Sessions will focus on how to effectively integrate these tools into research and teaching practices. Addressing contemporary social issues, we will examine how social science research and teaching can contribute to addressing pressing contemporary social issues such as climate change, social inequality, globalization, political polarization, etc. We will explore how to engage students in meaningful discussions and actions related to these issues. We have curated a diverse and experienced group of speakers and facilitators, leading experts in their respective fields who are eager to share their expertise and engage in stimulating discussions. I would like to briefly highlight some key sessions to be conducted in the next 16 days. Like Professor Pradipta Banerjee, a renowned expert in commerce, will be presenting a lecture on sampling design, offering invaluable insights into the matter. We are also honored to have Professor Pranam Dhar, a renowned expert in commerce, who will enlighten us on an overview of research and questionnaire designing, constructs, variables, and attributes, and primary data entry, and some other very important topics, providing practical strategies for the subject. Dr. R. Gangai Selvi, a leading expert on statistics, will be delivering a lecture on statistical tools in research methodology. Dr. Shudin Bag, a renowned expert on business management, will enlighten on concepts and applications of structural equation modeling, practical guide using AMOS. Professor Indrani Rai Choudhury, a leading expert on economics, sharing knowledge on field experiments in development, and many more to come. This FDP is more than a series of presentations. It's a collaborative space for us to connect, to learn from each other's experience, and to build a stronger community of social science educators. I urge you to participate actively in all sessions, share your insights, ask questions, and network with your colleagues. Let us use this opportunity to renew our commitment to fostering critical thinking, civic engagement, and a deeper understanding of the human conditions. Before I conclude, I want to thank our honorable governing body members for their unconditional support, ICSSIRC for sponsoring this FGP, Professor Pranam Dhar especially for his untiring effort and guidance throughout. I want to appreciate the effort given by all the members of the R&D cell and IQAC of our college, with a special mention of the R&D cell convener and IQAC joint coordinator, Dr. Savitri Datta, for her industrious efforts to make this event happen. I want to express my gratitude for the initiative taken by IQAC joint convener, Dr. Savitri Datta, without whose effort I will just mention outside this also, that different certificate courses have been conducted within our college within the last few months, and that has happened due to the untiring support of our members. I am confident that this program will be a valuable and enriching experience for all of you. Once again, a warm welcome. I wish you a productive and inspiring few days. Thank you, one and all present over here.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very brief yet highly informative address. I will apologize on my part because I forgot to introduce sir. A very brief introduction of sir. Professor Ranjit Shah received his BSc Physics from the University of Calcutta in 1996. He received his BTech in 1999 and MTech in 2024, both in Optoelectronics from the University College of Technology, Calcutta University. He received his PhD Technology from the same university in 2013. He is also attached as a visiting professor in the University of Calcutta. He has 57 research publications of both international and national repute. He has authored 4 books published from various publications like Infinity Science Press, USA, University Science Press, Delhi, Pearson Education. He has also authored 15 books, chapters from reputed publishers like Elsevier, Springer, to name a few. 2 scholars have already completed their PhD under his supervision from the University of Calcutta, and 2 more are registered under his able leadership. Professor Shah is the fellow of the Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineers. He is the fellow of Optical Society of India. He is a life member of the Indian Society for Technical Education and life member of International Association of Engineers. He obtained Leading Educationist of India Award 2018 from DK International Research Foundation and obtained Best Faculty Award from Cognizant in the academic year 2014-15. So that's all from my part. Now, may I request Dr. Debashish Pal Choudhury, Honorable President, Governing Body, Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, to kindly come up with his address to this August gathering. Dr. Debashish Pal Choudhury is also a renowned medical practitioner. Please, sir.
It's just 12 past, so good afternoon everyone and a warm welcome to all of you. Esteemed faculty members, distinguished guests and all participants, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this inaugural session of the Faculty Development Program organized by the esteemed IARA Research and Development Cell and IQAC of Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya. This is a momentous occasion for our college. Today we are embarking on a new chapter in a journey of academic excellence. This FDP marks the first time in the history of our institution that we are organizing an event of this magnitude. It is a testament to the dedication and hard work of our faculty and a reflection of the growing academic stature of our college. I am particularly delighted to share that this FDP has received esteemed sponsorship from the Indian Council of Social Science Research, Eastern Region Center. This significant achievement not only upholds the academic merit of our program, but also acknowledges the valuable research interests of our faculty and the institution as a whole. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our esteemed principal, Professor Dr. Anis Shah, for his visionary leadership and tireless efforts in organizing this FDP. His dedication to enhancing the academic and research capabilities of our faculty is truly inspiring. Beyond this FDP, our college has been actively engaged in enhancing the overall development of our students. In recent months, we have successfully organized 9 diverse courses, including highly relevant and engaging programs such as mobile documentary making, drama, basics of Excel, proofreading, AI tools, etc. Recently, our college has opened a drama club of its own. These initiatives demonstrate our commitment to providing our students with a holistic education that goes beyond the traditional classroom. Through tireless efforts, our principal, Professor Shah, has not only expanded the academic horizon of our institution, but has also played a pivotal role in introducing and running the certificate courses. These courses have opened a new avenues for knowledge, skill development, and professional growth, benefiting not only our students, but also the wider academic community. It is this innovative approach to education that has ensured the continued growth and success of our institution. Currently, the college is running a valuable course on self-defense for our female students. This initiative reflects our unwavering commitment to the safety and well-being of our students and fosters a sense of empowerment within our campus community. I am confident that this FDP will provide a valuable platform for intellectual exchange, skill enhancement, and collaborative learning. I encourage all participants to actively engage in the discussions, share their insights, and make the most of this enriching experience. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the organizing committee, the IARA, R&D cell, and IPUSC for their tireless effort in making this activity a reality. I wish all participants a fruitful and enriching learning experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Debashish Pal Chaudhary, Honorable President, GB, Damdam Motiji Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, for your motivating address to this August gathering. Now it is the time for the address by the chief guest. We have amongst us Professor Omio Kumar Panda, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Rani Rashmani Green University, West Bengal, India. Professor Dr. Omio Kumar Panda is from the Department of Chemistry. Dr. Omio Kumar Panda obtained his MSc and PhD degree from Tripura University, India. His research interests include nanoparticle, lipid, monolayer, bilayer, nanostructured lipid carriers, missiles, and microemulsions. Dr. Panda was the working president of the 5th Asian Conference on Colloid and Interface Science held in India during November 2023, 2013. His awards and fellowships include Boyce Cast Fellowship, Department of Science and Technology, Indian Science Congress Association Young Scientist Award, Visiting Scientist, Iron Work Research Institute, University of South Australia, Endeavour Award 2007, Government of Australia, Best Teacher Award, Chemical Research Society of India, DST JSPS Short-Term Visiting Fellowship, Bronze Medal 2015, Chemical Research Society of India, Endeavour Ambassador Award 2017, Government of Australia, Hyogo Overseas Research National Fellowship, Government of Hyogo, to work in the University of Hyogo, Japan. He is the member of the Editorial Advisory Board of Langmuir Journal of Oleoscience, Journal of Surface Science and Technology. His publications are more than 105 and 15 PhD students have been awarded under his able guidance. I request Professor Dr. Omio Kumar Panda to come up with the address by the chief guest. Please, sir.
Thank you very much indeed for your kind introduction, but it clearly indicates that I am the odd man out, because I am a student of chemistry. But what I rely in Bengali is the famous quote that Dharmer deshe moho eshe jare dhare andho sejon mare ar shudu. Why I am telling it? I always argue. So let me first convey my deep sense of gratitude to the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, whom I have been admiring since my very early age. Like Pradipta Babu, I always see him, I envy him because of his boldness during his presentation in the media. I am an admirer of Professor Sohibul Kaur. I was just appealing before him when we were having informal discussion that we are just in an embryonic stage, so kindly extend your advice in establishing a fine university which is strategically located in the district of Hooghly. Why I am telling that? I always argue with a good friend of mine who happened to be the former Vice Chancellor of Vidyasagar University, Professor Shivaji Pratip Basu, who is also a social scientist. I always argue with him. The subject which does not obey the law of nature is not science. But yes, in social science, you always obey the law of nature. We cannot distinguish, we cannot separate science, literature, language, culture, heritage, everything. To my understanding, they are very inherently correlated to each other. Let me give you an example. Had the Jewish exodus not been happened, the discovery of the atom bomb, the history of the discovery of atom bomb would have been different. So we cannot separate language, culture, society, religion, science from each other. I am imbibed by a very, very important book published by Sir. It would be an exaggeration for me to tell about that. The famous book written by Professor Pranab Bardhan, The World of Insecurity. in the world, everyone is asking why the basics of ethics are not being followed, not being obeyed. Why the so-called right-wing extremism is uprising? Why the democracy is under threat? Why the socialism is under the threat? So it is a high time to think about the ethics. I am a student of chemistry, so I must say something about, because it is called research methodology. A substantial part of research methodology includes the ethics in research. What do we mean by ethics in research? Very unfortunate, but it is true that India is one of the leading countries to publish sizable number of papers, but it is a country where the publications are being retracted. The publications are being retracted. One of the leading names, I won't name him. In 1 year, 40 publications have been retracted. So what do we mean by ethics? Why? What is the ethics? Here comes the social perspective. Like ethics is the moral philosophy or a branch of philosophy that involves systematizing, defending and recommending the concept of right or wrong behavior. Just let me share 4 examples, happenings that occurred last century. During the Second World War, the Nazi regiment, they used to do an experiment. Like if I break the bone, then if I am sound enough physically, my bones will be rejoined by its own. But they used to do the experiment, how many times I can break it, and I would observe that when it is getting rejoined by its own. Would you call it ethical? The second example, it happened in 1963 in New York, one of the developed countries whom we consider as the idol, who has devastated the oldest civilization in the world. The Mesopotamian civilization has been ruined. For what reason? In 2001, they have found that there are terrors, there are potential threats, so let us ruin the oldest civilization of the world. What did they do in 1963? A girl child was suffering from melanoma, a kind of cancer. And her mother was told, okay, let us do an experiment. We will put some cancerous cell into your body and we'll see that whether you get immunity. And then from your organ, some serum or antibody, whatever you call in biological term, will again be injected into the patient, which is your daughter. Which mother would object to that? Take it for me, after the injection, after the samples were taken from the melanoma affected girl, the girl died after a couple of months later, and the mother also died on 425th day after the injection of that carcinoma cell. Was it ethical? Millman, in 1962, he performed an experiment. Now worldwide, so-called suicide bombers, they know that they would eventually die. Still they do it. How and why? Because they have been brainwashed to do one thing that they are not able to tell no. Example, can a normal human being think of the immense torture that happened to the Jews during the Holocaust period? The answer is no. Still the German soldiers, they did the tremendous torture to the common people. Why? Because they were forced to tell one thing, you have to obey a Hitler, no one else. The last example is also even very dangerous. During the period 1932 to 1972, for a period of 40 years, some inmates in the United States of America, in Alabama, they were exposed to syphilis, and it was an experiment to observe that when they can regain or recover by their own, although the antibiotic for treatment of syphilis was available at that time. Now my question, even after 50 or 60 years later, are we still very ethical? The answer is unfortunately no. So we have to maintain some ethics. My esteemed colleagues who are some faculty members from different institutions, who will be joining the faculty development program in coming days, and who will become the teacher of the future, my humble appeal before you, let us try to be committed before our children. I always address my students, our students, in the children. Let us try to follow the old way of Indian classical teaching. Let it not be a one-way traffic that the teacher or the speaker would speak from the top and the students will be in the receiving end. Let us take ourselves down to the students. Like the old Indian, like in Santiniketan, what Rabindranath Tagore decided, he conceptualized. The students and teachers should be the same array, same height. They will be surrounded by the students, teacher. অন্ধকার বনচ্ছায় সরস্বতী তীরে অস্ত গেছে সন্ধ্যা সূর্য, আসিয়াছে ফিরে নিস্তব্ধ আশ্রম মাঝে ঋষিপুত্রগণ, মস্তকে সমিত ভার করি আহরণ বনান্তর। Sorry, I'm telling it in Bengali. Means the old Indian way of teaching was very, very good. Let us not imitate West. I have full respect on NEP. I have some strong reservations against NEP as well. Because we have to think, we have to comply with the new national education policy, considering our infrastructure, considering our mindset, considering our level of understanding, considering our demography, considering our food habit, everything. I know one story, sorry, I will not make it lengthy. I know one story. One city mayor, I won't mention the name, from India, which is the city very much waterlogged during the rainy days. He went to Australia, University of, because I had the opportunity to visit University of Australia in Adelaide, South Australia in Adelaide. The city mayor visited Adelaide to implement the sewerage system of Adelaide into the city of India, which is flood affected. And why? Because the Adelaide city is a drought-prone area where even the sewerage water is recycled. So let us just not imitate, adopt the Western. Definitely, but let us not just be a one-way traffic. Let us have further discussion, and I am sure that this kind of the workshop or the faculty development program, let it not be a one-way traffic. I would appeal before the participants, teachers, my esteemed colleagues, to exchange your thought. And that would be the real success of the faculty development program. I once again congratulate the organizer, the host institute, for taking the initiative. I just would like to end up with one statement that, as the Honorable GB President was telling, and I was very fortunate to have the opportunity to listen to a lecture of our Honorable MIC. Dr. Professor Bharata Basu, that when you are making or when you are creating a historical moment, actually you are passing through the history. So today, Dam Dam Motichil College has created a history that they have been able to do a faculty initiative, faculty development program, but it is in the process of our history. I wish the program is grand success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Romeo Kumar Panda, for taking only 5 to 6 minutes, but your speech has indeed made us develop a strong respect towards the concept of ethics in research. Thank you so much, sir. Now it is the time for the keynote address, and we will be hearing to the keynote address from Professor Shoibal Kaur, Reserve Bank of India Chair, Professor of Economics, Center for Studies in Social Science, Calcutta, India, and Director, Eastern Regional Center, Indian Council of Social Science Research. May I please introduce Professor Shoibal Kaur. He is the Reserve Bank of India Chair, Professor of Economics at the Center for Studies in Social Sciences, Calcutta, India, and a Research Fellow of the Institute of Labor Economics, IZA Bonn. He has been a full Professor of Economics at Calcutta University. He was Fellow of the prestigious Alexander von Humboldt Foundation during 2008-9. He held visiting positions at University of Amsterdam, Santa Fe Institute, Hamburg University, United Nations University, etc. in recent years. He is the Managing Editor, South Asian Journal of Macroeconomics and Public Finance, SAGE. He also serves as the Director of the Eastern Regional Center of ICSSR. His research interests are broadly in the areas of labor economics, international economics, and applied microeconomics, having published more than 100 papers in well-known peer-reviewed journals. He has undertaken research projects funded by various agencies such as the Government of India, TFID, ILO, Government of West Bengal, Planning Commission, Asian Development Bank, National Human Rights Commission, etc. He has delivered seminars and conferences talks in Amsterdam University, Cornell University, Indian Statistical Institute, JNU, Hamburg University, Free University of Berlin, University of Vienna, Helsinki, University of Paris, Singapore, Taiwan, etc. He has taught at Presidency University, IIT Kharagpur, IIM India. So with these very few words, I would like to request Professor Shoibal Kaur to deliver his keynote address. Please, sir.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much once again for a kind introduction. Let me begin by congratulating the GB President as well as the very young principal of this college. I mean, if you think of principals, it's basically like, you think of old people, but Dr. Shah is Professor Shah is a really very young person here. Thank you for involving ICSSR ERC into this, because as you might be aware, the Eastern Regional Center of ICSSR has always been trying to support similar programs in organizing seminars, conferences, and sometimes individual research projects for a very long time. To the extent ICSSR reaches out to various colleges and universities across West Bengal, and there are other states in the jurisdiction of ERC, including Jharkhand, Bihar, Orissa, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. For people, those who have joined in from other parts of the country, I suppose this would be an information to contact ERC from time to time if you are planning to organize something in similar lines. So ERC is always willing to help and support this kind of initiatives and outreach to the largest number of participants in the program. I hope that the coverage and the outreach of this program would be great for the participants. and the organizers must have taken absolute care in choosing the kind of program that would be run for the next 2 or 3 weeks as this program plans. Now, as far as my points are concerned, I do not have anything structured right now. I did have a presentation, but it doesn't really matter. I would rather speak on something which hinges on the aspects of where education is heading and what, as academics, we can potentially do to support the initiatives here and anywhere else in trying to reach out to the largest number of beneficiaries in the system. So to begin with, let me tell you a couple of stories. It would not be as eloquent as Professor Panda had been saying, both in with reference to poems of Tagore and other examples, but as children, when we were part of the social science research, and I started doing some work at the Center for Studies in Social Sciences, where I belong now as a faculty, there was a popular saying, and I will say that in Bangla and translate back into English. They used to say, there was Professor Omyo Kumar Bagchi in our faculty, who just passed away a few months back, just 1 month back actually. He used to say that, Marx, Derrida, Foucault, Lacan, na purile mogoj phaka. So it's basically saying if you haven't read Marx, Derrida, Foucault, or works of Lacan, your brain is absolutely empty, right? That was social science. That is social science still, I believe. Not entirely economics, though economics has that other, disciplinary rigor, and to somewhat suggest what Professor Panda had been saying, it's closer to science in some ways. It's not a pure science, of course, and it's a dismal science, as it's popularly called. But economics has made its ways closer to the scientific elements, the procedures, and the mechanisms that are popularly used in today's world are driven by some of the replication of things that people do in physics, people do in chemistry, and that have found their ways into academics in social science, particularly through the angles of economics, right? So there are many places. I mean, Dr. Shah is, I think, member of IEEE, right? I've written for IEEE in a couple of journals along with my mathematician friends or computer science friends, and their economics plays a role. And this is where this particular question of, maybe I'll just speak without the mic because I used to teach large classes in Calgary University, 120 students, right? So no joke. So in any case, what I was trying to tell you is that this collaboration of ideas, this translation of thoughts across disciplines is something what the current milieu of the academic systems will probably demand of us. How far it's possible, how far it's going to be successful is another question. But trying to reach out to other disciplines in your within the remits of your own academic rigor is something that we must inculcate in order to attract students. Because all of us who teach in classes, we know how difficult it has become to attract and keep the students, attention unwavering, right? I mean, student attentions are wavering like anything. If you can sit them, fully attentive for 20 minutes, it's a feat. You have done something in life, right? So whether it's in master's program or in particularly undergraduate programs, I completely empathize with the professors here that it's very difficult to keep the students engrossed and interested. So you have to bring in ideas and thoughts from other disciplines as much as you do from your own subject specialization, right? So, and in that sense, it keeps on. I sent a sort of a tentative title to Dr. Shah saying that I'm going to talk about the externality of education. And an externality in economics it's generally something where it says that the effects really go over to other people compared to what you envisage being the direct effects, right? So it essentially suggests that you learn something and the learning has some direct return not only to you, but it has some indirect return going to the society, right? However, people, even us, do not realize that learning a little more, trying a little more on the subject or cross subjects actually helps the bigger society. So we underinvest in those kind of learnings. Okay? So the externality is completely missed out, we are oblivious of the externality of education. The externality of education comes in different ways. I'll give you an example from China as well as from other countries which have been doing this. For example, China doesn't have a large system of learning English. Okay? They do prefer, but that would be true also about France or about Germany, where the local languages or the indigenous languages have had a much stronger roots in education, in other practices in life, and therefore a foreign language was less needed, unlike the colonial connections that India and some of the other South. Keep it down and the noise.
Hello. Please be seated.
So there, when the Chinese workers tried to start finding jobs in the rest of the world, the first thing they needed was a solid knowledge of English, because then they could apply to Europe, to apply to North America, to Australia. A large number of Chinese students and workers actually live and work in Australia, Singapore, and other places where English is the very common language. But then they started facing this kind of resistance from the Chinese government that not everybody is allowed to go out and look for a job elsewhere, right? But they learned English nonetheless by looking at their peers, that if some peers manage to learn English, apply through the consular system and find jobs abroad, then others would follow suit, okay? What happened is that in the end, the Chinese government allowed roughly 50% of the people to go out, but the remaining 50% weren't allowed to go out of China, because China has a very strict policy on who can go out and who cannot. Even our passports have a small entry at the back of the pages. If you go back today, look up your passport, you will see that there's a check button called ECNR, required or not required. It's called immigration check, required or not required. If you are above class 10, and which of course all of us are, we will have this thing checked, which means that you don't need to tell the government where you are going. But if you do not have the educational level up to class 10 or 12, whatever be the policy now, you have to inform the government where you are going, which means there is some control on who's going out and who's not going out, even within a democratic system like ours, right? It may be better, it may be good for the people who are going out without the adequate educational support, because many people go and end up in the Middle East as slave labor and slave worker. So it's for the protection of their interests and their rights that the government put up these things. But for China, it is en masse. It's for everybody. Everybody is to take permission from the local government in order to find a job elsewhere. Now, getting back to my point. So suppose 100 people learned English. 50 people were allowed to go out, 50 people weren't. What it left was the country with more English language speakers. Is it bad per se? No, it's not bad, because China then, as it developed over time, was the back house of the entire production system for the rest of the world. And that would not be possible unless they could communicate with the producers who brought technology as well as capital and investments back into the Chinese soil. So the whole point I'm trying to make here is that if you do not understand that there's an externality which is not accruing directly to us, but also to the rest of the world, through our society, through our engagement, through our interaction with the rest of the world, then we typically underinvest in education, underinvest in learning, underinvest in training. Okay? So all these kinds of refresher courses, courses in social science methods would try to bring in these new ideas, and however costly it might seem on the part of the participant, that why do I have to go through? Yeah. So, however costly it might seem on the part of the participant, that why do we have to go through the pain of going back to classroom kind of exercise once more? The value is deep, and one can possibly go back to the Newtonian argument that we are still collecting pebbles on the seashore, right? That would also be the same argument that people have said about human capital formation, right? The works by famous professors, including Gary Becker from Chicago, and obviously the Indian practitioners, basically our forefathers in education have always said that keep learning. There's no end to learning. So all these procedures and the support from the colleges and universities in bringing together the younger minds and trying to get back to the pen and paper and going through certain regular courses and refreshers is always encouraging on the part of such positions which can look at the whole question of education from a vantage point, from a social planner's perspective, and these are therefore very welcome steps. So I wouldn't make it lengthy because time is short. I really have to go back to my institution. There's some conference going on. But thank you again for being here, for participating in this program. Thanks to the organizers, to Dr. Shah, to Dr. Shatushi Dotto, and whoever could make this possible. I guess Professor Pranam Dhal was the key person behind all this. And there's no belittling the importance of time and the courses to be undertaken in this program beyond everything else that we go through as a preparatory process. So I wish this program a grand success. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Paul, for this nice message for all of us, which has a significance of course to engage in mind. And both are in a hurry, Professor Panda and Professor Paul, but just request for 2 minutes to be with us. We have 2-3 pleasant tasks left. First of all, based on his performance already stated, Professor Shah, Professor Dr. Urjit Shah, is being conferred Lifetime Achievement Award by Indian Academic Researchers Association. I request Professor Amir Kumar Panda and Professor Shrival Kar confer this prestigious award to Professor Dr. Urjit Shah. Our association is an ascent association, but during this journey from 2011 to 2025, we are very serious about the MOU with the higher education institutions and their academic and research performance. And based on that, some institutional awards are also being conferred. First of all, based on previous year's activities, as All India General Secretary, I am permitted to confer our institutional award to Hiralal Majumdar Memorial College for Women, and I request Dr. Pradipta Mukherjee, Honorable Coordinator of NAC and Honorable Joint Coordinator of IQAC, to take this award. I request Professor Amir Kumar Panda, Professor Dr. Shrival Kar, and Professor Dr. Urjit Shah to join hands to hand over this prestigious award to Hiralal Majumdar Memorial College for Women. And a big hand for Dr. Kumar Ghosh, Honorable Principal. Another prestigious Education Excellence Award 2025 is being conferred based on the performance to Sarojini Naidu College for Women, Kolkata. I request Honorable Teacher in charge, because Dr. Sagatara Mohan is out of station, Honorable Principal. So Honorable Teacher in charge, Dr. Madhusri Pali, is being requested to take this award, and I request again Professor Panda, Professor Kaur, and Dr. Shah to confer this prestigious award to Dr. Madhusri Pali on behalf of the Principal.
So, with your kind permission,
Just one minute. So this is a very informally formal part of this program. Every year we unveil our calendar, and I take this opportunity to request our honorable dignitary to unveil our calendar.
of our year.
Thank you so much, sir, for all your valuable time. And we'll keep in mind all the seriousness, all the parameters, all the necessities of an FDP, and we'll report after the program is over in a formal manner. Thank you so much, sir, for all your valuable
It will
time.
be my personal loss because I will miss the lecture and your association. But I will have to go another 200 kilometers from now. So to Rampur Hatt College and Sari also, I think you are also have to go
something
anywhere.
going on, yeah. So.
So I take your kind permission to.
ভলান্টিয়ারটা একটু স্যালারি প্রোগ্রামটা কন্টিনিউ করুন।
So we will continue with our program, but before that, hearty vote of thanks for the honorable guests who are leaving due to paucity of time. We heartily thank Professor Omio Kumar Panda, and we heartily thank Dr. Debashish and Professor Shobha Kaur. Now it is the time for the presidential address of the collaborator. We will be hearing from Dr. C. Paramasivan, who is present here over the Zoom platform. Dr. C. Paramasivan is the Associate Professor, PG and Research Department of Commerce, Thantai Government College, and Honorable All India President of Indian Academic Researchers Association. Dr. C. Paramasivan is an Associate Professor in the PG and Research Department of Commerce, Thantai Periyar Government Arts and Science College, Autonomous, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. He has a teaching experience of over 25 years. He has guided 65 MPhil and 23 PhD degree holders, and also published 200 research articles and authored 34 books in English and 11 books in Tamil. He has received around 1 crore from various funding agencies like MHRD, ICSSR, ICCSR, Impress, NHRC, RGNIYD, EDII, TNSCHE, and UGC. He is the editor-in-chief of Self, Journal of Social Science, Research Explorer, Managing Editor of Science Explorer, Chief Advisory Editor of Tamilaivu Sangamam, Editor of International Journal of Scientific Research in Multidisciplinary Studies. He has been honored with awards like Best Teacher Award, Tamil Selvai Award, Social Scientist Award, Dr. Ambedkar Social Science Award, Dr. Ambedkar National Fellowship Award, Periyar Social Reformer Award, Best Research Supervisor Award, Best Researcher Award, Outstanding Academician Award, Research Advisor Excellence Award, and Research Excellence Award. So with these few words, we would like to hear to the presidential address of the collaborator, Dr. C. Paramasivan.
So good afternoon, one and all present. Most respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected All India General Secretary Dr. Purnam Das, respected the Principal of London College, respected Professor Siddharth Sanjan Saha, respected dignitaries on the stage and off the stage. So I'm very happy here as a person, as a president, to give you a presidential adversity 30 hours International Faculty Development Program on research methodology, concepts, tools and the techniques. So really I am very happy, and also I am very privileged to say a few words about this program and also about the functions of the Indian Academic Research Association with the support, with the headship of the Dr. Pranamda. So I must say some things about the functions of the West Bengal wing of the IERA under the headship of the Pranamda. He is consistently organizing lot of programs for the purpose for the benefit of the research scholars, faculty members and academic fraternity. So in this regard, we want to organize this kind of program. And immediately we have given a permission and granted to organize this program. Definitely this program will be a milestone, not only to the IERA, not only to the Tamil College, even for all the academic fraternity. So as you know very well now, how the research is going to be a part and parcel of our day-to-day life. Though we are all the academicians, we have little bit knowledge about the research, but this kind of research concept or research knowledge is not enough to update ourselves in the contemporary era. So every day, lot of technologies, lot of tools and techniques are emerging. How we can adopt these technology and tools in the modern research. So I hope this kind of possibilities are available or for this kind of seminars or faculty development programs will provide an opportunity to enhance our research quality, research knowledge and research applicability in various dimensions. So really, the research methodology program, so lots of eminent speakers were included in this program. So definitely they will use their experience, their knowledge related with the statistical analysis, software analysis, research methodology, concepts, tools, techniques and everything. So I hope the Pranamda, under the headship of the Pranamda, we will take this matter as a serious one and he will success this program in a grand manner. No doubt at all, because whatever the program he organized, it will be in a scientific manner, it will be in a systematic manner, and also it will be in an appropriate manner. So from the morning itself, I'm watching through online. Though I'm in online, so what is going on? It is very nice. I am fully satisfied. You invite a lot of eminent personalities to inaugurate this program. So really, this is only the international faculty development program. You are doing is the correct and the right date. So I hope all the days from 10th to 25th of this month, the entire program will be very, very useful to the research scholars, not only to the research scholars, even to the academic fraternity and all the people. So I hope on behalf of the Indian Academic Researchers Association, as the capacity of the president, this program will be very success. That will happen with the headship of the Dr. Pranamda, with the support of the Tamil College principal, IPSC coordinator, and other eminent personalities, those who are involved in this international faculty development program. So I wish you all for a grand success of this international faculty development program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. C. Parmasivan Sir, Associate Professor, PG, Research Department of Commerce, Thantai College, and Honorable All India President of Indian Academic Researchers Association. Thank you very much for your presidential address. And now it is the time to hear to the plenary address by no other than our very respected Professor Dr. Siddhartha Shankar Saha, Professor and former Head and former Dean, Department of Commerce, University of Calcutta. Professor Dr. Siddhartha Shankar Saha is the Professor of Commerce, Department of Commerce, He is a member of the Departmental Committee and PG Board of Studies in Commerce, Department of Commerce. He is a member, Faculty Council for Postgraduate Studies in Commerce, Social Welfare and Business Management. He is the Honorable Vice Chancellor nominee, the Faculty Council for the Postgraduate Studies of Commerce, Sidhu Kanu Birsa University, Purulia. The member and external expert of the PG Board of Studies in the Department of Management and Marketing, West Bengal State University. He is the member, Board of Research Studies of Commerce, Department of Commerce, West Bengal State University. He is the member of the Academic Council, St. Xavier's College. Member, external expert of PG Board of Studies and Department of Commerce, University of Burdwan. And the nominee of the Honorable Chairman, West Bengal State Council for Higher Education, Department of Higher Education, Government of West Bengal, in Executive Council, Vidyasagar University. Sir has his teaching interests in the areas of accounting and finance, including financial institutions and markets, financial services, security analysis and portfolio management, derivative and risk management, risk and insurance management, business research methods, research ethics and plagiarism issues, strategic cost management, and auditing and assurance. The number of researchers awarded MPhil and PhD under him are for MPhil 5 and for PhD 2, and the number of researchers pursuing PhD under him currently are number 6. He has completed projects under UGC as major research project titled Ethical Role of Statutory Auditor in Corporate Scam in Safeguarding Stakeholders' Interest in India and Abroad, a comparative study since 1990, and ICSSR major research project titled Merchant Banking Activities in Indian Primary Capital Market, and an empirical study during the post-reforms period. So with this very few words, I'd like to invite on the podium Professor Dr. Siddhartha Shankar Saha for his plenary address. Please, sir.
Thank you, Kolwal. And also, first of all, I convey my thanks to my bosom friend, Professor Pranam Dhar, who always, invite me in his program, academic research program. And I also must convey my thanks to Professor Dr. Oriji Saha, the principal in this college, and this college is never to me because I am staying at Damdam Road, just opposite to Balaji Mandir, Hanumanji Mandir. And I have a long association with this college previously, when earlier many principals, 2-3 principals, worked here, and also many professors are there. And Professor Dhar, my not only bosom friend from my childhood. Childhood means that is when I did masters in 1992-94, same batch, the University of Calcutta. So I'm going to right now 53 age, 53 plus, like Professor Dhar. And at the same time, he is working many work across the country. I invite him, he invites me. So that way we have a collaboration, a collaborative program. And also I thankful to coming here to be associated with this program with our other dignitaries who already left here because of their busy schedule. We find that joint IQC director. The name here there is Dr. Savitri Datta, I suppose. Okay, right. And also my good friend and our younger brother, Pradipta is there. The good speaker, versatile speaker, not only teacher, but also good speaker as well. And also other dignitaries of the dais, and our research scholar, teachers from other colleges or universities. And also we must not underestimate, it's a hybrid mode-based workshop, FDP, on research methodology in social sciences, concept, tools and techniques. Those who have joined here virtually. So I have heard from my friend that is 40 students, 35 to 40 participants. They have already joined here. So I take hardly Professor Dhar told me to take 25 to 30 minutes time. but I must not give you burden. I may take the hardly 15 to 20 minutes time to touch upon some important issues considering the theme of our FDP. In the meantime, I request the audience, spare me and keep quiet, please, 20 minutes, so that peacefully I'll be able to communicate something which will be very much related to our topic of discussion, that is research methodology in social sciences. So let me allow to share something about writing the research proposal, research ethics and plagiarism issues. My good friend and elder brother, Professor Romeo Kumar Panda, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, I've heard about that. He has talked about something about the ethics in research. So normally, I'm delivering across the country on these issues currently, but also that is our inauguration program. But other than inauguration program, I used to deliver on some statistical tools or econometrics tools like parametric, non-parametric test, and maybe the regression model, or maybe multivariate analysis like factor analysis or cluster analysis, or maybe time series analysis like there is ARBA model or ARIBA model forecasting, or maybe Varganger causality, or maybe co-integration or Jackson co-integration DSA model. So many teachers here, what Professor Dhaur actually selected, resource person, they will be delivering on those issues broadly, what I have talked about. Many issues are there over 5 days, 7 days, this program. So if we talk about research proposal here, if we talk about the research proposal here, first of all, I quote the great Albert Einstein. If we talk about research, by research we mean, according to great Albert Einstein, if we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research at all. That means what you do not know. So ultimately, you want to know something, if you want to explore something, that is called research. So if we talk about the social science research, I must say that is social science research, if we talk about here, you are not experimenting anything like botany or maybe electronic science or maybe chemistry or others. You basically what you are doing, social science research, you are adding something new to the existing research or existing work done by other researchers. So in view of this, if we talk about research, so we can say that is you search again and again. So for example, I did my PhD on investment banking or merchant banking many years back in the year 2000. But on the same areas, I completed recently one mega research project funded by ICSS at New Delhi. Funded by this particular organization. Area same, topic little different, scope of work different, objectives also are different. So therefore, research can be done on a particular area, particular topic, but your objective of research may be different, data set may be different. Automatically, that is what you will come out, that is your results or inferences will be different, so that you can address some socio-economic issues, what actually you wanted to do in your research. Now, so therefore, if we talk about research, that for this, the learner of research, the beginner of the researcher, those who are researchers, for them I tell you, the research comprises the creative work. It is not a particular degree like MA, MSc, MCom or BA, BSc, BCom. So here, that is you want to do some creative work, undertaken on a systematic basis, and also in order to enhance the knowledge and to use this knowledge to establish or confirm the facts, solve problems, and develop new theories and provide innovative solutions. So this is called what the research in social science or other sciences. Now if we talk about the main objective of research in general, so just I have been able to categorize the entire research in different form like exploratory or formulative research studies, descriptive research, and maybe diagnostic research, and maybe hypothesis testing research. Those issues will be explored, those issues will be discussed thoroughly, I think, by the different, our research person over 5 days. Now, if we talk about the social science research, this is our theme, that is research methodology in social sciences. I must say the social science research is a method used by the social scientists like you, like us, those who are doing PhD, those who are doing project work, those who are doing extended research, and researchers to learn about the people in society so that they can design the product or services that cater to various needs of the people. And if we talk about the business research, we are very much associated with the business research of 30 years, like Professor Dhar and me and others. So therefore, I must say, the business research is one of the most effective ways to understand the customer. So for example, if we talk about, that is our, when I teach that is subject like, marginal costing, we want to know the make or buy decision, whether a product can be made or product can be, bought and then that can be, supplied. So ultimately, if we talk about the business research, here that is your R&D sale, they used to do that. That is how to take this type of decision. So using such research, I will help the businesses to reduce cost, to create solution or product that are targeted to demand in the market and correct audience. If we come to the research process, I would like to show that is one exhibit, and then that way we will be able to understand how to begin your research. We begin your research with the literature review. Review of literature is the first step of the research, we believe, and in the preparation of your report writing. So report writing will be your end job. Those who did PhD, those who are doing PhD, those who are teaching, those who are associated with the project work, minor or major research project. So scholar to professor, they know what I am trying to say. So this exhibit, what I have given here, so this exhibit can be categorized, can be properly communicated in other way. So what I am trying to say, if you look at how to write your research proposal, in case of your PhD research or maybe other research, this is the standard procedure across the country, across the globe. If we talk about, that is our research proposal components. I have given here title of research, the first component. That will be basically shown in the front page of your proposal. But if you ask me, first of all, sir, you decide the title. I must say, let respected mother produce child first of all. And then you put the name of the child. The baby is a male or female, you don't know. So how to give your title of the research? That means what I wanted to mean. Until unless you review of existing literature, you must not give the title. You have a tentative name before birth. That is tentative name, maybe that is your male name or female name, select names. The ones that is you see that is your baby, the male or female, then finally you decide with the family members to give you the proper name of your baby. So this is the way in society we know. Likewise, if we talk about the title of research, so for example, if you want to do your research on mutual fund, or maybe stock market, or maybe that is your ESG. ESG means your environmental, social, and also governance related companies issues. So therefore, ultimately, any area if you talk about, finance to accounting to marketing to HR to any areas, ultimately what you have to do? You have to review of your existing literature. And there is a point there. Originally you are reviewing the literature the traditional way. Another is the application of AI in case of review of literature, artificial intelligence. At present, if we talk about the artificial intelligence, so a few young researchers are there. You are talking about the ChatGPT or maybe other medium are there. Shortcut method just to put the information, the literature review on IPO price behavior, literature review on, say for example, mutual fund, literature review on, say for example, your stock market. So ultimately that is you can get the 4, 5, 7 pages quickly, shortcut method. But I don't believe that is you're taking the help of AI. Quickly you can get the literature review. So you are not storming your brain. So brainstorming part is very, very important. So brainstorming part is that the traditional way you should read, that is unpublished thesis or published thesis, and also you should read the research papers, you should read that is articles, you should read the books related to your research. And after that is according to proper way you review the literature. Otherwise, if you take the help of AI, quickly you get the literature review, but you may not have the good idea about that is what actually you wanted to do. Theoretical foundation of it may be very poor, what I believe. So if we talk about the literature review, so based on the literature review, ultimately you can elaborate the background of the research. So theme of the research. So any topic or any area, first of all, you should develop not topic. You decide that is area of research, sub-area of research. After sub-area, then you thoroughly review of literature. After review of literature, then you decide that is your background of the research. And after literature review, then you decide that is your why did you choose this particular topic. Rationale behind the topic, selecting the topic which is called the research problem. That means research problem means what I want to mean. That if you talk about a particular topic, it may be your accounting related, auditing related, marketing management, HR, or maybe any other topics, or maybe stock market research. So ultimately, then based on your literature review, you ask yourself whether your topic is related to socio-economic problem, socio-economic issues, whether you like to explore or address the socio-economic problem with the help of your study, with the help of your research, you ask yourself. And then ultimately prepare a statement of the research problem. Until unless you decide or until unless you understand the research problem, you cannot decide the research objectives. So before research objective, and then ultimately you see the background of the research, statement of the research problem, and then you should have the summary of your literature review. So for example, your 30, 40, 20, 15, in terms of number I'm telling you have reviewed the literature. But actually you have to say what they have done actually. That is a summary of the review. So one paragraph or two paragraphs you can put in. And after that you have to find out the research gap. So for example, gap between you and me, gap between me and them, gap between that is me and others. So therefore that way you can find out the gap. Here also the research gap, those are doing research or did research, you know very well. That is you have to see that is what they have done. They means that is existing researcher, they did it, they are research in article form or maybe book form or maybe your other form, unpublished thesis or published thesis form, and what actually you want to do, what they have not done. So whatever will be your address, so that will be the research gap and that you wanted to do. And after research gap, then we find out that is your research question or research hypothesis. What I prefer, I guide my research scholar in University of Calcutta, I say that is the beginning part of research. When you prepare the research proposal, we should not put the research hypothesis until unless we have thorough knowledge about the structure of research, that is your data, availability of data, and also entire thing. So better that is you presume that is your research question. Research hypothesis that may be pointed out, that may be taken into consideration after going through the entire data set and entire matter. So therefore it can take time, maybe 6 months to 1 year. And then research questions, whenever you say, research questions slowly will be converted into the research hypothesis. So for example, if you say, there is, is there any relationship between stock market and also that is economy? This is your research question. You can say that in future, develop the hypothesis, say for example, to address a particular objective. There is no significant relationship between say for example, your Indian economy and stock market, and accordingly you apply a particular statistical tools. So therefore, research questions and research assumption and research hypothesis and research gap are objective of study that must be linked and also correlated. Otherwise, there will be worthless of your research, what I believe. Now for research proposal title of, starting from title of research to references, so there must be a proper link. Why? Because it's a value chain concept. Say for example, if you give the name, a particular person's name or lady or male name, so meaning of name we have. Likewise, title of research if we talk about. So in that case, title of research will be reflected in your objective of study, or rather objective of study ultimately in nutshell that will be reflected in the title. That's why I'm telling you a chain. So chain nothing but the combination of different rings is equal to a chain. It may be gold chain or flower chain or whatever may be the form of chain. Coming to that is your objective of the proposed study. So many people they are in favor of that is 10, 15 objectives, but always I am in favor of, my simple formula is that it's not my formula. It is the formula across the country, across the globe. Suppose if you have a specific 3 objective or maybe 4 objective, the formula is that 4 objective means 6 chapters. There must be a link between objectives and chapters. Why? Because objective can be addressed and can be reflected properly, thorough analysis, theoretically or practically, analytically. We are the social science researcher using the database, using the statistical tools, using the statistical package or econometric tools, then ultimately that will be reflected in a particular chapter. So for example, 3 chapters if we talk about, or 4 chapters talk about. First chapter always we believe that will be addressing chapter number 2. Why? What about chapter number 1? The common chapter 1 always the introduction. Last chapter there is conclusion and summary. So if we talk about that is 3 objectives or 4 objectives, so 4 plus 2 formula. So 4 plus 2 means 6 chapters. First chapter, introductory chapter, nothing but the modified version of research proposal when you prepare the thesis. And the last chapter, that is summary and conclusion, where you should have the summary of previous chapters. You have that is conclusion. You have that is your policy implication or maybe a recommendation or suggestion. And also it may be any other limitation or anything. So that way you prepare the last chapter. So therefore if you have 3 objectives or 4 objectives, first objective theoretical nature, remaining 2 objective or 3 objective analytical nature. So every objective can be subdivided into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 sub-objectives. So when you prepare a particular chapter to address that is your objective number 1 or objective number 2 or objective number 3, depending upon your data set, depending upon your objective, depending upon your use of statistical tools or econometric tools, and then ultimately you can subdivide into different sub-objective, address the first or second or third objective. Now, so then finally I am coming to you, that is research methodology. Yes, our objective was to conduct today, that is inaugural session. So that was the objective. But how that is this inaugural session has been conducted? This is the methodology. We find that is Professor Dhaut's team, the able team, the maybe scholars, maybe students and others, and also Professor Saha, that is our principal of the college, his team also. They are working to get success of this inaugural session and coming 5 to 7 days this workshop to be done. So therefore this is called the methodology. Therefore if we have the 3 or 4 concrete objective, how to address those objectives, keeping in mind the socio-economic problem or socio-economic issues, as I said to you, to talk about that is the background of it, a statement of the research problem. So our methodology, which includes basically the database research, if we talk about exploratory research, so ultimately you have to see the data nature, data set. How many companies you are considering, what should be their sample design, basis of sampling, whether convenient sampling, or maybe purposive sampling or judgment sampling or random sampling, which sampling method you are considering, and how many years, how many companies, how many variables, and also maybe that is how to apply this, and then ultimately what should be the statistical tools and maybe statistical package. Young researcher, they may not bother about the statistical tools. They know, I know SPSS, I know eViews, I know the Python or others. First of all, you try to understand. This is a package. When we did research, Professor Dhaut did research, that time we had only calculator. We did not have any type of package. So therefore we collected data, published or unpublished data. So if we talk about the research methodology, main thing is that what type of data set you are using. It's a primary data set or secondary data set. We know that is questionnaire based. If you collect the data, it's called primary data from the respondent. So there is a question of that, how to select the respondent. Sampling method is very important there. How to prepare the structured questionnaire. If you talk about the questionnaire, if you talk about in that case, that is your, questionnaire will be prepared, open-ended or close-ended, or both. কথা বলবে না আমার জামাই, আমি যখন বলবো একটা কথা বলবে না, প্লিজ পরে কথা বলবে। Now, what I'm talking about, that is, I cannot focus on the topic, concentration will be diverted. Now, the primary data, if you talk about, you collect from the respondent. So therefore, in that case, a very crucial job. How to prepare the questionnaire. If you want to publish your paper, that is IIM, maybe Calcutta, the Decision Journal, or maybe IIM Ahmedabad Journal, or IIM Bangalore Journal, top category journal, they ask you, within 4 months, that is you prepare the questionnaire, that is not the appropriate way. So questionnaire to be prepared, and every question will be supported by appropriate document, a literature review. Suppose 40 questions you have prepared. So therefore, how did you prepare the questions? Design the questions. So there is a proper way. not with your consultation only guide you and also supporting literature. This is the way. You know those are research, Professor Dhar, me and others, or Professor Saha and others, those who are doing, and you people also did research, you know what I am trying to agree with me. So therefore you see, that is your primary database or maybe published database. Published database, secondary data. Primary data may be open-ended, close-ended. Close-ended if we talk about 5-point scale, 7-point scale, 3-point scale. Open-ended, content analysis. Appropriate boxes there, you try to approach to a particular respondent, based on interview, get that information. So these are the ways, in a nutshell I am trying to say. So that way actually you talk about the research methodology, okay? Research methodology. Now if lastly if you coming to you the limitation of the study, after that plan of work and references. So limitation of the study if we talk about, it's the Lakshman line. Those who studied the Ramayana. That you see, what about there is Ma Sita and also our Lakshman. So you know Lakshman, you know them very well. Lakshman given a Lakshman line to follow. This ultimately C did not follow. So naturally what happened? What happened? That is problem. C failed the problem. Ravan came, and then ultimately what happened? You know very well. So therefore that way we have those areas actually unable to unearth. So you must mention very nicely. Coming to the plan of work, as I told you, simple formula. That is, if you have a 3 major objective, so 3 plus 2. So 3 plus 2 means chapter 1 is introduction, last chapter conclusion summary, 3 objective, 3 chapter, 3 objective 1 is theoretical or conceptual overview, remaining 2 or maybe 3 as the case may be, that is analytical. Finally, the references, which are very, very important. APA format we prefer right now, Chicago format or APA format. Body references, citation and end references. If properly not done, so in that case what will happen? You could prepare your thesis very nicely, but ultimately that is, that can be returned back because of your improper references. So in references, putting in your body and at the end of your thesis, that is called bibliography form. So that is very appropriate work. I can get another 5 minutes? Thank you. So now you coming to the research philosophy we talk about. One formula just I tell you, I will be happy to know quickly, I just avoid that. What I believe, that is if we talk about the research paradigm. So I must say, the research philosophy plus research methodology is equal to research paradigm. Why? So if I show this, if I don't explain entire because time is short, running short of time. So here if we talk about the research onion is not my brainchild. Obviously, as a researcher, research in finance last 30 years, I'm going through my service life 27 years plus, right from JVS to University of Calcutta. So there I believe there is, I acknowledge, I cite the person who developed it. Who developed the research onion? So if we come to you this part, Professor Mark Saunders and others developed a couple of years back the research onion. My lady friends and also male friends who used to, that is, I'm very good cook, so I know that is how to cut your onion. So in different ways, for salad purpose, for your chicken or mutton purpose, for any other purpose, So the style of, use of onion is an art and science. So therefore, Professor Mark Saunders for social science, this is called onion, you see. And onions having the many layers. First layer that is useless, not useless, that also can be used after processing, that can be used for your different purposes. But after that you have many layers. And ultimately you have the main layer is that is your ultimate research findings or research inferences, that is after data analysis. Okay. So but first layer if you talk about the philosophy, you see the first layer. And then you say approach to theory development. Then you see the methodological choices. Then you see strategy. There is a time horizon, the technique and procedure. And finally you have the ultimate inferences. And then you give the policy implication or maybe that is your recommendation or suggestion. Am I right? So therefore, rightly Professor Mark Saunders and others developed this idea that the research onion, to keep in mind the research paradigm, to keep in our mind that is our research philosophy and also research methodology. So if you want to be if you don't want to be philosopher, don't want to be researcher. So first of all you must be philosopher, then you try to be good researcher. So therefore, that way I skip all those And then since Professor Dhar told me to touch upon the research ethics and plagiarism, so those are students, those are professors or teachers. So for them, I just give you some prescription, not according to me, but according to maybe our UGC. So what UGC says, according to UGC guidelines or regulation 2018 with regard to the plagiarism issues, which has become very prominent in our academic institution, college, teachers, college, and also that is students as well, that is our NEP-based students for project work, as well as university level. What actually Professor Dhar in different colleges under West Bengal State University doing it, as I know. So here, if we talk about the research ethics, the ethics and value system that will come from code of heart, and ethics means code of conduct. So you should not do. Suppose couple of minutes back I told you, please do not talk. So I am not giving my concentration on that. So that means the ethical part. Someone is delivering that, it is our duty to keep quiet. So it is called ethics. That means code of conduct. But what the value system? The researcher should have code of ethics at the same time the value system. The value system means actually that will come from the code of heart, from you, the researcher. And ethical part is that by whip. That is, you should not do, you should do. That means cutting, pasting, nahi chalega. Okay? So no cutting, no pasting. So if you do it, you will be punishable. It is called ethical part. The value system, that is, it will generate from your heart. That is, ultimately, that is, you should not do that, this type of malpractices in case of your research. So you see, that is the idea about the research ethics focuses on moral principles that researcher, as I told you, must follow in the respective fields and research. Now many questions are there, you just skip it. But if we talk about the research ethics, some issues should be kept in mind. What is that? Punctuality is very important in research. You start your research today, 1 month you do it, after 3 months you're coming back. So everything will be lost. Then scientific permission. If you want to use some information, you take the proper permission to someone, a site, and then not in toto, but according to your own language, you do it. Honesty and objective. When you collect data, primary data or secondary data, sometimes you collect the secondary data, some data may be missing. So you put your data according to your way, man making. Okay, you have made the data. So don't do that. You discuss with your researcher, your research supervisor, and then what to do, not to do with the balanced data or unbalanced data, and accordingly take the decision. Maybe respecting the individual privacy. When you collect data from the respondent primary data, so if someone can tell you, I can fill in the questionnaire, but please do not disclose my name. So if you commit that, and then ultimately after commitment, if you disclose the information, detailed information, so therefore about a particular respondent, so this is the bad way. So therefore respecting the individual privacy is very important in case of research, particularly the primary database research, I believe. Jailing consent. Jailing consent is very, very important. Some researchers having the bad habit or good habit, that is you publish maybe 10 research paper, and after that you trying to publish in book form without getting any proper consent from the publisher where your research paper published. So therefore, if you want to publish your research paper, fine. And after that, if you make a plan to prepare the book form to be published by a good publisher like Springer, Elsevier, Emerald, or Wiley, so ultimately, or Palgrave Macmillan, so they must say that it should not be reproduction of your earlier work. It is a one kind of maybe self-plagiarism issue. So therefore, in that case, you should go to get the consent properly, scientifically, and so that you give the consent, then you try to modify and edit, and then finally you come to the book form. So this is the way. So it is called the jailing consent, I say. And finally, I should say that citation, as I told you, whenever you write something, paragraph-wise or page-wise, you give the APA format citation. But I believe that the researcher in finance, last 30 years, so always I believe that the citation is important. Without citation, if you write your research paper or maybe this is maybe 200, 300 pages, there is no value. It will become totally costly. So more citation, more references at the end, citation in the body, and ultimately references at the end, or maybe thesis form, the bibliography form. And then I just keep all those plagiarism issue. It is nothing but the kidnapping as an intellectual theft, as you know. and also it's a serious scientific misconduct. So don't do that. Cut paste should be avoided. Different form of plagiarism, you know, word to word, mosaic. Okay, you see, this is not the original floor. You know, where you are, touching your feet. Is it your original floor? No. Earlier floor I have seen in this college have a long association. This is not. This is the current one. Okay, this is called mosaic type, or maybe tally type, or maybe marble type, or whatever it may be. So that way you try to paraphrasing somebody's ideas. What I am teaching right now. So for example, we cannot say anything just taking a snap or anything other than that. But that is also one kind of plagiarism. Strictly if we say. So therefore authorship also. You are taking the help from Professor Dhar, but without mentioning the Professor Dhar name, the article published by your own name. So this is called, that is one kind of plagiarism, author's name not properly mentioned. So jokes apart. And then secondary sources and also self-plagiarism. You have prepared a paper, maybe 80 pages, 60 pages paper, a good journal. After that, divided into 3 or 4 papers, bacha paper, okay, mother paper and bacha paper. What I say, the salami slicing, which I call. The one paper is subdivided into 3-4 papers, which is called the self-plagiarism. Now that way I conclude. Finally, that is your what does our UGC say? Just skip all those. I take only 1 or 2 minutes time because time is limiting factor here. Just a minute, yeah. That plagiarism software you see that is different university, different. Turn it into build it to, that is our plagiarism checker too. Professor Dhar is specialist in this area of plagiarism checking.
Online I am having with Professor Saha. In the newest regulation of UGC, plagiarism is not an issue.
It's not an issue, but this is a draft.
But I am taking it, I am telling it lightly, but it is a very serious issue. It will become in future.
Yeah. And finally I say that is these are the links, what I've talked about. And the earlier regulation was 2018. And the promotion of academic integrity and prevention of plagiarism in higher education institution regulation. So they are major part. If we come to you, then I conclude just within 2 minutes. Look at here the committee formation in the department level or university level, technical part you see, and then punishment. Just look at here. Penalties in case of plagiarism in submission of thesis and dissertation. Okay? Submission of thesis and dissertation given level 0. Level 0, that is similarities up to 10%, what we maintain. The minor similarities, no penalty. Level 1, similarities above 10% to 40%. Such particular research scholar shall be asked to submit a revised script within a stipulated time period not exceeding 6 months. Similarities above 40% up to 60%. Such students shall be debarred from submitting a revised script for a period of 1 year. At level 3, the similarities above 60%. Such student registration for that program might be cancelled. And another prescription is there according to UGC. Coming to that, you see penalties in case of plagiarism in academic and research publication. That is article, research paper like that. 0 level, similarities up to 10, ho jayega, no penalty. Level 1, up to 10% does not mean that you maintain 10% always. You try to reduce the case, that is maybe 2%, 3%, 4%. That is our objective. And then level 1, the 10 to 40% shall be asked to. Yeah.
Nowadays, drill bit is being used. Dr. Darpan Bhattacharya is the victim of that. He is staying here. Drill bit says that along with plagiarism, AI percentage must be more than 96 original. Exactly. That is only 4% AI sharing is allowed.
Right.
So he was victim of that, and I think 5 or 6 times you have revised, and after that it has been awarded as PhD. So right. I'm just supplementing.
Exactly, I agree with you because software basically the mechanism, the artificial mechanism. Okay, but according to a need that is required to be revised or modified. And finally, I conclude that is level 1. 10% to 40%, those who are paper writer shall be asked to withdraw manuscript. Similarly, is about 40% to 60% shall be asked to withdraw manuscript and shall be denied a right to one annual increment. Suppose a teacher, college level or university level, one increment related matter problem is there, shall not be allowed to be the supervisor to any new masters, MPhil forget, PhD student scholar for a period of 2 years. And finally, level 3, the similarity is above 60% shall be asked to withdraw manuscripts, shall be denied a right to 2 successive annual increment, and shall not be allowed to be the supervisor to any new masters or PhD student scholar, etc., etc. And then, thank you, very much for giving me this opportunity. And then I just quote Jim. I am a strong believer that intellectual property rights needs to be protected. And also, I quote that is Melinda Devine, that plagiarism is one of the great academic sins. It has the power to destroy a scholar or a writer and turn a lifetime's work to dust. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Siddhartha Shankar Saha, for your wonderful presentation on the scope of writing a research paper and plagiarism. And now we are in the fag end of today's inaugural session, and it is the time to hear the thematic address for this workshop. And we will be hearing to one of the major pillars and masterminds behind this 30 hours program. I'd like to invite Professor Dr. Pranam Dhar, Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, West Bengal State University, and All India General Secretary, Indian Academic Researchers Association. Professor Dr. Pranam Dhar has completed his master's degree in commerce from the University of Calcutta with the first class. And that's all. He has asked me to stop here. I'd like to invite Sir to the podium to speak a few words.
Very good afternoon. Already Dr. Pallolsa has said that we are almost at the fag end, although we are not. Because the most important academic information and research information for the FPP is not yet shared. So please be seated. Please. না আপনি না বসে বলবো না. We have to share 2-3 more things. First of all, our new website is launched of IIM West Bengal wing, and the whole credit goes to our Joint Secretary Technical of West Bengal wing, Professor Pramod Roy, and his associates. They are untiringly doing it. This is our website. Those who have got your newsletter and calendar, you see we have our 4 peer-reviewed journals. Previously it was UGC approved. Now of them 3 are UGC clear listed. So you can give your publications. The publication charge from my end, if you send it to me as All India General Secretary, it will be totally free of cost. We do not believe in money. We believe in academics and research. It will be peer reviewed, and whatever Professor Saha has said, if it fulfills the norms of plagiarism and AI, we will be publishing it at free of cost. Number 1. Number 2, those who have got the newsletters, you see that from today, with the initiation of Professor Dr. Abhijit Saha and his associates, we are going to launch our peer-reviewed journal of West Bengal wing named Inquest. The image is given in the newsletter itself. And in this journal also, although this is not yet UGC clear listed, it is only peer-reviewed, you can give your article and we will publish it free of cost. For example, for this FDP, those who will be participating, and for them, we will be reviewing the paper. If it is 100% free of plagiarism, then it will be published in the journal. I repeat, if it is 100% free of plagiarism, because in social science, most of the articles are not 100% free of plagiarism. Targeting meets the needs of 10% all over the world, but we will be publishing only if it is 100% free of plagiarism. If it is not, don't get disappointed. Already Principal Sir has consented. we will be publishing it in an edited form with ISBN. So for this FDP, some output will be definitely there. Already you have sent, some of you have sent your research articles. We will receive full research article after presentation, and after that we will publish it. So before going to the pros and cons of the FDP, let me do something to my organization, justice to my organization. I will request Pritam and Dr. Kallol Saha to come with the list of that felicitation. Today I am not alone. The people with me, I have supervised 28 PhDs. Some of them are here. Dr. Kallol Saha, Dr. Darpan Bhattacharya, please stand up. So just for the budding researchers I am showing, not for my advertisement. Because research is, only to show you that research is not difficult task. Dr. Anindita Saha, Head of the Department of Pharmacy, Calcutta Girls College. Dr. Vishnupada Das, Professor of the same institution. And Dr. Mijazul Islam, our Joint Secretary, one of the Joint Secretaries of West Bengal. Dr. Kallol Saha and Dr. Mijazul Islam done PhD only within 3 years, and Dr. Darpan Bhattacharya done within 2.5 years. So research is not at all a difficult. Some others are doing research and they have published their books and articles. To name it, Dr. Vidhan Vaidya. He has published more than 26 articles and 5 books jointly with me. He is the treasurer of our IARA West Bengal wing. Professor Amit Bolen, he has also authored some books with me and some articles. He is doing research. Professor Pritam Dhara, he has also authored 3 articles and 3 books and some of the articles and some international presentations also. Professor Sudip Malakar, Professor of South City College Evening, also published lots of articles and published some of the books. Professor Suryata Pradhan from the distant part of West Bengal, hill area, Darjeeling. He is a very rigorous researcher and doing a lot. So this is my team. So please have a big hand for them so that all are encouraged. Those who are sitting, I was seeing that when Professor Amyo Kumar Panda and Professor Shoibalkar was speaking, they were feeling annoyed that some of the people were going out. But believe me, with my 30 years, more or less 30 years of teaching experience in full-time and part-time capacity, I have seen that we are always dealing with type 1 and type 2. The people who are going out, they are not at all bad. Either they know much than us, or they are clever enough that they will make ourselves speak more than once in the future also. So we are eliminating those people, just indicating them as bad. This is the type 1 error. On the other hand, the people seeming to be very serious, sitting here, just like Professor Tapas Mondal, this is an example, sir, don't mind. They are seeming to be very serious, but some of them are in between, they are very unmindful, they are thinking of something else, but sitting very seriously. So this is the type 2 error. So always in your life, there is a type 1 error and there is a type 2 error. Everywhere there is a research. Just like the person coming to your house to sell the newspaper, you want that newspaper to reach your house at 6:30. You don't want to know the condition of the person who is just waking up at 2 a.m. Whether it is rainy season, whether it is some exigencies in outside environment, but you want him or her to reach your house to deliver your newspaper at 6:30 or 7. We don't know their pain. And we are publishing our paper on ESG reporting, sustainable finance and all that. that could be a good research paper if you could publish the demographic profile of that newspaper seller. The research is coming from the downtrodden people, not from the window dressing of some of the areas that is also being researched by industry. They are having their hired people. And we are doing the research to get our degree only. Very sorry. No, I will be not telling the bigger thing today. I have promised to Professor Saha. So, before going to the modalities of the FDP, I will end up with that. I am not here to give lecture because I am a mere clerk only, so far as this FDP is concerned. I will end up those duties. Before that, I have some humble tasks left. Dr. Palwal Saha, our Honorable General Secretary of IERA West Bengal Wing, will be felicitated on behalf of IERA and on behalf of the host college by Dr. Shormishta Roychudhuri, Department of Geography, with the Uttorio and the small team of benefits. Next, Dr. Mizarul Islam, our Joint Secretary, one of the Joint Secretary publications. Very serious researcher, lots of good publication including Scopus and ABDC, and very emergent transmission, I should say, বাংলায় বলছি, যখন ইনকাম করতো তখন অনেক টিচারই বলতেন যে ওর দ্বারা কিন্তু হবে না। He has done master degree in West Bengal State University in my department, Department of Commerce, and he has also done PhD from the same university within 3 years. And he is a successful teacher. He has also done his MBA and lots of degrees. So now it's time to felicitate Dr. Mizarul Islam. I request Dr. Apurva Pahar from Department of Bengali to felicitate Dr. Mizarul Islam. I am wasting some of your time, but to make you understand what the research is, I'll come to one person. He has got so many disasters in his life, Dr. Vishnu Padadas. He was a tea seller. Very sorry, Vishnu. But he was once upon a tea seller in the street. He became a successful teacher. Yesterday, when West Bengal State University controller asked me with 1 day notice that a question has to be modified, he did it. So this is the transformation. This is the research. And he has lost his elder brother during the discourse of his research. But he was mentally so much determined that he got his PhD degree within 3.5 years. 3.5 years. 3.5 years. So now it's time to felicitate Dr. Vishnu Padadas. I request Srimati Shakilekha Haldar, Department of Economics, to felicitate Dr. Vishnu Padadas. Coming to the next researcher. Her house is a permanent hospital. She always deals with medical emergency. During the discourse of her research, she lost her mother. Research is a 4-5 years game. So anything can happen. She didn't lose her mind and she completed her PhD. Dr. Anindita Saha, head of the Department of Commerce, is Calcutta Girls College. Now it's time to felicitate Dr. Anindita Saha. I request Srimati Nafisa Khatun, Department of Education of this college, to felicitate Dr. Anindita Saha. research has many other sides, lots of dark sides are there. One person, when coming to a duty with his wife, had a massive accident. On one hand, he is doing his duty as husband. On the other hand, he has published very good research papers, and he didn't tell me primarily. He presented in All India Accounting Conference with all the exigencies happening in his family. None other than Sri Pritam Dhara. Now it's time to felicitate Sri Pritam Dhara, very serious researcher and very sincere work as well. A very good teacher of Barasat College, assistant professor. Now it's time to felicitate Sri Pritam Dhara. I request Srimati Shatireka Halda, Department of Economics of this college, to felicitate Sri Pritam Dhara. Now research is not limited to this AC classroom. The collection of data, the analysis of data, and the misbehavior facing, lots of time taking. Madhuri Madam will agree because she is doing it every day with her Department of Geography. So the data collection is not so easy. And lots of misbehavior faced by the researcher. But if you stick, if you determine to your point, success will come. Example is Amit Bullet. He went to different colleges, was refused brutally, lots of misbehavior faced, but still he has collected data and published good piece of research articles. Assistant Professor Puroskan for Haridas Nandi Mahavidyalaya. And now, with his rigorous research and capacity, he is being nominated as the Executive Council member of Indian Accounting Association South Bengal branch. Have a big applause for him, and he is being felicitated by Srimati Nafisa Khatun, Department of Education of this college. Being a researcher, you should not be selfish. Only sticking to your research. What we do, that we stick to our career, we forget about our family life. But all people are not saying. I measure people on the very basis of their human quality, not on the basis of their only quality as a researcher. The person doing a lot for his family, especially his mother, his father-in-law. For 2.5 months, his father-in-law was bedridden, but he did exam duty at a time. He is the exam in charge of that college and teaching in a very eminent college, South City Evening College, and doing his duty as a family man and also doing his research rigorously. Sri Sudeep Malakar. Now I request Sri Pritam Dhara to felicitate Sri Sudeep Malakar. Now research changes the dream. A person whose ultimate objective was to become a laborer in a grill factory. Very sorry, please don't take it otherwise. His objective was to become a simple worker in a grill factory. But with the passage of time, he has been the author of many books, many research articles. Even he went to foreign countries and successfully doing his research, none other than Sri Bidan Goitkar, our treasurer for IARA West Bengal Wing and All India AC member of IARA for many years. He is being loved by our Honorable President Paramati Gonsal. I request Srimati Suriyada Pradhan, our AC member of IARA, to felicitate Sri Bidan Goitkar. last but not the least, person coming from hill area, studying in University of Calcutta and South City College, but she is refused by lots of teachers. But she is very simple, hardworking, and successfully proved her research work. None of them, Srimati Suryata Pradhan, newly married, but she did not left out her research work. So now it's turn to felicitate Srimati Pradhan. I request Srimati Nafisa Khatun of Department of Education of this college to felicitate Srimati Pradhan. Now the last part left. কেউ একজন বলছিলেন বোধ হয় যে অমায়িক গলা, আমার সত্যি অমায়িক গলা, সুতরাং আমার মাইক্রোফোন লাগবে না, আপনাদের 3 মিনিট নেব, এটা একটু যদি লাগে। একটু কাজ করতে হবে, গতকালের ডেটে বোধ হয় আছে। গতকালের ডেটে কাজ করুন। ওই ডেট মডিফাইড ওটা ক্লিক করুন, কালকের ডেটে। না, আজকের ডেটেই হবে বোধ হয়। আজকে 10 তারিখে ওকে, just thank you. 2-3 minutes to share some important things. From tomorrow onwards, we will have technical sessions in blended mode, especially in online mode. For that, you go to our notifications will be given in the WhatsApp group. All of you in the WhatsApp group, those who are doing FDP, all of you are in the WhatsApp group. One Google Classroom link will be shared to you, or already shared. Those who have entered those, clicked on those links, you are in the Google Classroom. Now from today onwards, the attendance link for today's inaugural session also, there will be an attendance link, will be shared by today evening. You click on that link or it will come to your mail. You click on that link and your attendance will be given. All the study materials, everything will be shared with your Google Classroom. Next one, Zoom. I think all of you are having your Zoom app. Those who are not having, please install Zoom app. The advantage of this application is that the recordings will be there, live streaming will be done by Professor Roy, and you will get recording of every class. That is not possible in Google Meet in many cases. So if you want your class recording, no need of writing anything in WhatsApp. Just will be giving every recording in the everyday's Google Classroom link. You go to Google Classroom after the class is over. After some time, we'll be giving the class recording. Because in research, understanding one topic needs at least 20 times, 25 times reading of that particular topic. So you need the recording. And all the study materials, not only the PPTs, many books will be shared. Madam was asking, Dr. Dotto yesterday was asking, some software will also be shared. Although not purchase software, free software will be shared, demo software will be shared for helping you with the analytical tools also. Now the part of evaluation. Evaluation will be divided into 3-4 components. First is attendance. Attendance is a very serious thing. You just attend. And if you have any question, write in the chat box, mention the etiquette. Attendance has 30 marks out of 100. 20 marks is in the book review or paper presentation. Those who are having fear that we cannot present paper, you just do one book review. Maybe any one book from the science or social science or language or literature. And just one paragraph review in PDF has to be submitted. Either handwritten will also be accepted. Either handwritten or typed but to be signed by you is to be uploaded in the proper assignment link given in due course. So 30 plus 20 becomes 50. Another 50 is left. Next 50 is presentation. Those who are not presenting, they are having book review. So 30 plus 20 is on attendance and either book review or presentation. Then another 50 is left. 20 is on test. The test will be in Google form, given in Google Classroom, and all are MCQ type based on all your classes. So become 70. Rest 30 is on your overall performance. That will be purely decided by our organizing committee and R&D cell. We will try that everybody will get A or A plus. If anything comes otherwise, at least you will get A or B. We are not there to screen out you. We are there to share some academic and research information and some opening. For example, those who are giving abstract, those who have already submitted abstract, you give your full paper, it will be published. Just we are here to motivate you. And total output has to be submitted to ICSSR and IAR. Don't take it very lightly and don't take it very seriously. There is no fear factor. We are always there to help you out, but for attendance part, please be serious. We are not CIDs, so will not be impairing whether you or your device is there. Maybe your device is there, you are not there, but will not be impairing. Please join virtually, and from tomorrow we'll be turning into a newer part of our FDP, that is purely academic part and research part, and I'll be taking some of the classes. So if you have any question, I got a very good appraisal from one of your professors regarding my research and publication ethics book. So thank you, sir. I will try my best to give something new regarding literature with AI, regarding new types of plagiarism checking with drill bit. We know Turnitin, but with drill bit and all that, but we have to do something new. So some new things will be shared definitely by me, and with the permission from Professor Dr. Saha and his associates, all people are his associates, we have tried to do our best to get the best eminent researchers and professors as our resource persons. So I think you will enjoy your FDP. So with this, I have spent my time, I think the time more than allotted. So very sorry for that. Tomorrow we'll meet virtually again and our research journey starts. So wish you luck for this FDP and also success in your new academic endeavor. Thank you. Vote of thanks.
Thank you very much, sir, for your briefing regarding the modalities of the workshop. And now it is the time for the official vote of thanks. I'd like to call upon stage Dr. Anindita Saha to deliver the vote of thanks for the inaugural session of this workshop. Dr. Anindita Saha.
me immense pleasure to stand before you to deliver the formal vote of thanks for the remarkable ICSSR sponsored 30 hours international faculty development program on research methodology in social sciences, concepts, tools and techniques, organized by Research and Development Cell and Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya in collaboration with Indian Academic Researchers Association, Tamil Nadu. At the outset, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Dr. Debashish Paul Choudhury, Honorable President, Governing Body of Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, Kolkata, for his inspiring inaugural address and for officially inaugurating the program. Your vision has always been a guiding light for us. I extend heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, Professor Amiyo Kumar Panda, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Rani Rashmani Green University, for honoring us with his gracious presence and enlightening us with his words of wisdom. A special vote of thanks and gratitude goes to Professor Shoibal Kaur, Reserve Bank of India Chair Professor of Economics at CSSC and Director of the Eastern Regional Center, ICSSR, for delivering an enlightening keynote address that expanded our understanding of research methodology. I am profoundly grateful to Dr. C. Paramashivan, Associate Professor, Thantai Government College and All India President of the Indian Academic Researchers Association, for his presidential address and for the invaluable support provided by IARA throughout this program. A big thank you to Dr. Partho Karmakar, Honorable Deputy Secretary of the West Bengal Primary Service Commission and Vice President of IARA West Bengal Wing, for his special address and encouragement. I also express my gratitude to Dr. Savitri Dotto, Joint Coordinator, IQAC, Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, to her warm and thoughtful welcome address that set the stage for this program. My deepest appreciation goes to Dr. Orijit Shaha, Principal and Secretary of Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, for his welcome address, continuous encouragement and leadership in organizing the event. A heartfelt thanks to my respected sir, my guide, Professor Pranam Dhar, Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, West Bengal State University, and All India General Secretary of IARA, for his enormous effort in organizing this FDP. Sir, your dedication, your leadership, and insightful thematic address have been pivotal to the success of this program and leaving a lasting impression on all the participants.
Just one information, ma'am, just 1 minute. When I joined IARA in 2011 as a general member, I have seen rigorous effort in research. It is a Tamil Nadu-based organization, but I am sharing with you. If you have any research project with you, we can fund you up to 50,000 for a two years period. You have to complete your research project, must be empirical one, and your output has to be submitted to us. We will be funding with you a maximum of 50,000. 50% will be granted at first on the submission of your proposal, and after the submission of your final report, and after submission of your audit report of the first part, the second part will be granted. For details, you can go to www.iaraindia.com. Everything is there. Sorry for
Thank you.
disturbance.
So, we deeply appreciate your commitment to fostering the academic excellence and making this event a remarkable learning experience. My sincere thanks to Professor Siddhartha Shankar Saha, former Dean and Professor, Department of Commerce, University of Calcutta, for his plenary address, which was both insightful and inspiring. I also extend my gratitude to Dr. Kollur Saha, the General Secretary of IERA West Bengal Wing, for his exceptional role as the rapporteur and overall anchoring of the program. Your dedication and seamless coordination have been instrumental in ensuring the event a success. This program would not have been possible without the timeless effort of the organizing committee of both IQAC, Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya and IERA, and as well as the unwavering support from our collaborators, including Indian Academic Researchers Association, Tiruchirappalli. So I convey my sincere thanks to the faculty members of Damdam Motijil Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, Dr. Shornishtha Roy, Dr. Apurva Pahar, Srimati Nafisa Khatun, Srimati Swatilata Haldar, Dr. Shuparna Dash, Dr. Momita Banerjee, Sri Ratul Nundi, Dr. Shuchita Datto, and other members of IQAC and Research and Development Cell, and also the organizing team of IARA, Bidhan Goiddo, Pritam Dhara, Amit Bole, Suryata Pradhan, Sudip Malakar, Dr. Mizarul Islam, Dr. Kollur Saha, and Dr. Vishnu Pododash. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the honorable governing body members, Sri Shukanta Sen Sharma, Dr. Antara Chaudhuri, and Sri Mithu Roy. So finally, I thank all the participants for their active engagement, curiosity, and your presence and interaction have been the true driving force behind the success of this FDP. So with this, I conclude my word of gratitude. Let us all carry forward the knowledge that we have gained and implement in our academic and professional journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Vinita Saha, for extending the vote of thanks. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank everybody present over here for being with us during the entire program. And I hope this FDP will be a grand success. And I thank my colleagues, the non-teaching staff, and my beloved students of this college for making this program a success. And one announcement is that the program will be formally closed by national anthem. Please be with us. And the lunch is kept in the room number 10, adjacent to this room. পাশের ঘরেই লাঞ্চটা রাখা আছে, আপনারা কাইন্ডলি ওটা নিয়ে যাবেন। And this program is formally ended by national anthem. Please, and I will request everybody to please stand up and join us.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे।
यूट्यूब चलो।
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे। जनगणमन अधिनायक
नेट नहीं
ये स्पीकर আসছে
স্পিকার আছে
जनगणमन
মাইক্রোফোন ধরে
Hello, Chima.
মোবাইলের সামনে মাইক্রোফোন ধরে নিন বাস তাহলে চলে যাবে।
जनगण मन अधि
ম্যাডাম তো অনেকদিন আমার সঙ্গে কাজ করেছে, জানেন যে সব কিছুর প্ল্যান দিয়ে আছে।
স্যার আমরা তাহলে রেডি হচ্ছে তো? ঠিক আছে।
পাশের ঘরে লাঞ্চ রাখা আছে।